Ottoman empires. That war, beware it comes for you. Those cannons so big, those guns so huge, no way to intervene. Janissaries as far as the eye can see. No cavalry allowed this game. Sit by front line all day long, a nightmare to behold. And as if all of that was not enough, they got bombard mangoes, huge boulders flying through the sky. Beware the bombard mangoes, bombard mangoes. Boxes littering and down. Beware the bombard mangoes, bombard mangoes. Corpses littering the ground. Bombard mangoes.
A day in the world of the Malian economy. Cows as far as the eye can see, unlimited food supply. Other civilizations look at us with jealousy as the cows keep coming in. The ranch is full and stockpile, and now it's time to begin. Spamming units like no other with our unbalanced food economy. You think surely it can't last forever, but that's where you're wrong, you'll see. Cause we got 20 cows and ranches, and they're all contributing to our economy. And so we spam like no others. Units in your base, the misery. Cow, 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 cow. Cow, cow, cow. Units in your base, the misery. Cow, 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 cow.
All right. Here we are. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hope y'all are having a fantastic evening. Man, I'm so cooked. I am absolutely cooked, dude. Work was stressful today, and now we're gonna go and play some video games. As one does, as one does. While we're in queue, while we're waiting, could just go and, you know, watch some other games. Well, not watch some other games, but, you know, watch, we can watch ourselves. Sub Young Fused, Sub Beltune, Bart Fasty, Inspiration, Skill Retard, that's a lovely name, JD1218. Hi guys, this fine evening. What's this today? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna say I barely played Age of Empires at all recently. I just didn't have time. I play like 1 or 2 games in a week or so. I'm looking at my profile right now, and I got like 10 hours between Age of Mythology and Age of Empires within the last 2 weeks. I think half of that is Age of Mythology, so like 5 hours in Age of Empires 4 in the last 2 weeks. I've been busy, I've been moving, I've been doing stuff regarding building a house and whatnot, and yeah, moving that whole stuff along. And honestly, it's a grind. It's slow. The things that you want to go slow are gonna go fast. The things that you want to go fast are going slow. All that kind of stuff. And work is there the entire time as well. Do you think AOM will have equal to A4 competitive scene? Honestly, the main thing that I'm looking at is gonna be like launch experience and player retention, so to say, when it comes to that. Thing is, right, like when it comes to When it comes to a competitive game, what kind of things do you want to have? You want to have stuff like pauses in the game. You want to have stuff like restores in a game. When it comes to the ladder, you want to have like anonymous laddering where you don't already see who your opponent is while in the lobby scene. You don't want to see what civilization they're playing while in the lobby scene. And yeah, it's I'm just gonna say it's suffice to say that when it comes to the tools, Age of Mythology is leaps and bounds ahead of Age of Empires 4 when it comes to competitiveness. And, yeah. Oh my god. Really? Ads there?
Claim to rap without taking a stand. If rap truly lives, you cease to exist. You play the artist because life is complicated, but what do you mean?
Quality of life tools would be nice for you for it's often the biggest downfall. Yeah, 100%. Oh, looks like we found a game. Looks like we found a game. Mali Libby. Alright, let's see then. Let's see. I forgot to activate my stream labels. Gotta do that as well. Alright, what do we play? The Pit. Let's just play Zhuji. I like them a lot recently, like on land maps as well. They're not specifically like a land map civ, but I like them quite a lot there. Playing up against the Abbasid. Okay. Surely they're not just gonna like mass trade, right? That would be a little bit predictable. Oh, I forgot I got my no board. I can turn that on as well. Haven't been using that in a hot while. There we go. Now you guys can see my keyboard, mouse movements. The Pit is just a Mongol and Delhi fiesta. It's fine, I want to say. Honestly. I really don't dislike the Pit. Seeing this player as Kong 2 makes me feel a lot better than when I played it. We'll see. Alright, let's just jump right into it. Honestly, this isn't a bad spot for our landmark even to begin with. Let's put this over here. Let's put that over there. First sheep here. We're just gonna run towards the middle, see what we can get there. Villagers should drop off soon. There we go. Randomly have them kill the sheep so they all kill the same sheep. There we go. Oh, there's another sheep. The sheep. Move the villager out there. Honestly, this would have been a really nice spot as well, but I'm not getting that. Let's just put that thing over there. I still have like this slight little bit of like COVID cough at this point in time. Like it's a dry cough. That's not like dangerous or anything like that. It's annoying as fuck. GoldenEye is just the worst with the wood as well as gold spawning. I think it's just a different dynamic that you gotta get used to for those maps. Am I tailing his scout? Nah, I'm not. There's two sheep here. Oh, wait. This guy isn't supposed to be there. He's supposed to go back to food. What are you doing, man? Take a shortcut through TC. It wasn't really that much of a shortcut. I was kind of late in that one. Take that sheep. So far, we've got a sum total of 5 sheep. That's not a lot, especially in this patch. That's only 1,000 food. You play that map and you're asking to get cheese by before 10-minute mark. Define cheese for you, because I don't necessarily agree with most definitions of cheese. Like, you can get into a messy game, doesn't necessarily mean that it's cheesy. Yo, Des, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a nice evening. Actually, this isn't a bad spot. What's that lounge in the back? Honestly, dude, my room at the moment is giga messy. I can give you like a a brief overview. Look at that. That's messy as fuck. I just I had a pipe leak in my shower, and now they're renovating the bath, so I had to speed move, like really speed move. Put the lounge back there. Yeah, we're gonna do it in just a little bit. Let me just quickly 66 food. Sure, we'll take that. That's not bad. So yeah, pipe got busted. Had to move really quickly then. So now I'm at my grandma's place. I'm pretty much set up at this point in time. Yeah. That was a hassle. I also got to talk to my landlord and be like, yo, you're renovating my bath right now. I'm not able to use my apartment for living in it. So you know about rent. Let's decrease rent for the month, right? Like that's something that I gotta do as well. Absolutely will be. Sure, let's put this thing over there. Don't need all of them doing that. That's at least 25% rent. I mean, it's gonna be like 2 weeks, so it should be more, right? Like 2 weeks, that's like half a month, so it should be like half my rent for that month that I'm not gonna pay. Map is a little misaligned with the chat. It is. It is. That is... There we go. Now it's all good again. Thanks for pointing it out. So... I haven't really scouted my opponent too much here, and that's not a good habit. We should definitely check out what he's doing right now. Whether this is like a military wing that we're gonna see, or what exactly is happening. It could also be a trade wing. On this map, like, trade wing is the flavor. The flavor currently. It's got a lot of villagers on wood, that's for sure. 7 on food. It is trade wing. It is trade wing. Alright, alright. In that case, we're just gonna open up and we're gonna start making some units, right? That should be name of the game. For sure, and he immediately spots that out. Okay, okay. Well, that's fine if he spots that out. Honestly, don't mind that too much. He can take a look. He can see what's going on. Yo, Ice and Fire.
Moinsen.
Moinsen to you too. Thank you for the sub. 4 months. Thank you, thank you. Gonna go over to his side there. Actually, we can also just check, because usually what these type of players do is when they go for trade wing is they make a market at the bottom there. There we go, villagers just moving back. So we know that he's got his market there. And we're just gonna move out to get rid of that. Get rid of that market there. Yep, there it is, there it is. Just want to keep producing units as well. We need another Imperial official. We're starting to stack up a lot of gold, honestly, and I'm not paying nearly enough attention right now in order to make sure that I'm getting all of it back. There they are. Alright. He's got a bunch of traders out right now, but he's opening up with an... Okay, Archer and Spearman. That's a decent composition here to start out with. Just gotta hope that I've got enough units to deal with that, because like the early timing now is gonna be quite important here for us. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yep. This is the important part right there. Oh, really? I'm getting destroyed by wolves there? That's not fine. That's not fine at all. Let's get some more economy upgrades in while we're at it now. And now I should be able to just confidently walk in there and take care of business. I got a little bit too much on gold right now. Let's change that up a bit. Need more on those resources over there. So we're getting a nice like 80-ish food over there per minute. Well, 80-ish resources, not food. It's not just food. Nice. Trade ready produce. That's 80 resources down for him right there. Let's go for another archer range as well. I'm gonna have to replace that now at this point in time. Alright, we did good damage there. And honestly, like, these wolves have been giga annoying on this side. I already killed like 4 wolves there. So, now it's time for us to pull up with our military force. I think what I also want really soon is... Oh yeah, he's making units. He wants to reclaim that position, but he's got only spearmen. Why has he got only spearmen? I got 11 Shiganu. Okay, so he's making big mistake there with his army composition. He didn't scout what kind of units I'm making, so he's just kind of blind making units at this point in time. And that's why he's never going to get this trade back in his life. And we're just going to prepare to go for a ram push here in the meantime. So just going to put one of our guys over here, actually, just in case. He's got a lot of villagers on gold with an outpost now, actually. Of all things, that's interesting. So that kind of makes me believe that he might be intending to go for... to just go for an age up. Which we honestly don't want to see from him at this point in time. We're getting siege engineering now. Gonna get the ram in. We're gonna try and deny all of the resources from him over there. Getting the gold. Oh, we actually had a couple Jugunu there without a waypoint. Let's see how we're gonna approach this now. Let's quickly check with our scouts, see if the age up is already in process for him. It is not. No age up in process for him yet. He's got 8 archers. That is... Like, his army right now is not big. Not big, I'll tell you. We're just gonna actually go ham on the rams. We can take down his entire infrastructure there. While just still pumping out Shigunu. We're not getting any tech ups here right now, so I can use that Imperial Official just to boost production speed. We're only on the berries right now, but we're getting a good amount of income still. We're gathering taxes up. We're getting more palace guards out as well. Just overall a very nice army that we got there now. And this is about the time, I want to say, where we move in. Age up, not in progress yet at all. Alright. Hello, yep, all the horsemen are already gone. Military gun, GG. GG. Yeah, he had way too many villagers on gold. I would, like, was this actually like an age upgrade for him? It feels like he wanted to go for an age up and then just couldn't. Wait, where did it just move? Oh, I moved the chat. There we go. Chat, stay there. Then he made a market over here, so he was short trading, I'm guessing. But that is, like, no resources at all that he's getting for that. You gotta make archers for 5 years against that Juju timing. Honestly, if you just make, like, horsemen and mass archers, it's not that bad. But you can see, like... Okay, the resource actually fucked up. I mean, this is just, you go for trade, it gets denied because he made the wrong units at the beginning, right? Like, you saw how many spearmen he had. He had, like, 12 spearmen, 5 archers. That isn't... And I immediately went for, like, a 1-1-1 composition. So that just downright didn't work out for him. Then we completely shut down the trade. It's just an investment that didn't pay off. Honestly, he could have snuck out a market over there. That's something that you can do. Yeah, I mean, he went for a boomy type game with the market approach. Like, he only has... He had 2 archery ranges, right? But, like, he had 2 of each production building, but not enough military. Yeah, this just felt kind of like he was undecided with what he wanted to do throughout the game. That's what I'm gonna call it. Guess he just didn't know what was gonna be like the game plan there. Because in these situations, what you want to do is you want to just try and stay like in your base-ish, like behind your TC. And if you're gonna take fights on the defensive, you can just essentially want to take fights under your TC. Because I'm gonna be forced to do something at one point. And he's like, I invested like 600 resource into Rams there and still had like the much stronger military. Just because he invested too much into the trade approach. If he had military wing, would have been way better for him. Yo. You can have extreme... Field of View sliders now in World of Warcraft. I gotta check that out at one point. Alright, off to the next game we go.
You still live in your mom's basement.
It's not good enough. He will lose to Big G again.
Yes, he's finished. He will be destroyed.
Are we looking for content for the YouTube? Nah, man. I don't have the time for that at the moment.
New York. Of course, Big G. Yo. You do well to work on your intro. What you're talking about is so set. I could back you up in intro.
Okay, this ain't an interesting one. There's 0 budget stories and there's low budget stories, and I don't know if they're the same person. Because both of them are like making these kind of doomer videos. Yeppity take on the Vortex statement? Sure, we can do that. The Vortex statement, where do we have it? It's on Reddit, I assume. Oh, there's an answer from Avi. It's neither that, this is what it is. Sure, let's just do that. Fucking ads on Reddit there. There it is, okay. I already talked about this a little bit. You need to cancel a search for it though, and then do the... Nah, we're just gonna do it quick and dirty here, because honestly, like, I'm not about that content creator lifestyle at the moment. I'm not gonna upload my opinion here. You can find it on the VOD, you can clip it, do whatever you want with it. This is pretty much my opinion as the whole thing goes. Hello everyone, while leaving the background footage from one of my last Age of Empires 4 games, I want to make a video, hopefully not too long, explain a bit about why I've decided to leave the game. Actually, okay, let's stop the queue. This looks like a little bit of a longer one, so let's switch into this one. Gonna make it a little bit bigger here so you guys can read along. Alright. Hello everyone, well, I'm streaming practically every day. So if you're interested, I recommend to check out my Twitch, also the latest video, future uploads. I've mentioned this kind of live streams many times, but I guess some of you haven't had time to catch up on or aren't on my Discord. So I get this question a lot lately, and I thought I'd make a video to address it, hoping to answer everyone's questions. First of all, to understand why I quit AoE4, you need to understand my background in RTS. A lot you have been playing AoE your whole life, starting with AoE 3, 2, or even 1. Maybe even Age of Mythology, but for me, AoE4 is my first game in the series that I've competed in. I've been competing in esports for over 15 years, but never in AoE before. My background is mostly in fast-paced dynamic RTS from Blizzard, StarCraft, Warcraft, and so on. So how did I end up in AoE4? To understand why I'm leaving this important, AoE4 was released at a time when I had already stopped competing. I had been playing some Warcraft 3 Reforged because I love that game. It's my favorite RTS of all time, and when the Reforged circuit was cancelled, I decided to quit. At that point, I had been playing AoE to casually reach a decent level around top 190 in the world, but just for fun. Alright, I'll quickly check stuff there. Can you make it 2-minute? You get machine gun reading? That's what you get here. I'm a fast reader. Then came the AoE4 beta invite, and I have to confess I didn't like AoE4 at first, understandable, but I saw it as an opportunity to potentially continue competing at least until new RTS from Blizzard came around, which, let's be real, isn't happening. So AoE4 was a big game, and it seemed like it could have a big esports scene. AoE4 is the first game that I joined directly for a competitive scene, not because I loved it, I didn't like it initially, but I grew to enjoy it eventually. Don't think I'm one of those who now hates it and says it's a bad game. No, I ended up liking AoE4, but it wasn't love at first sight. I kept playing because I did pretty well in the beta, finishing top 2 on the internal ladder. Then the official leaderboard came out, and, well, things worked out for me. Many aspects of AoE4 start to really frustrate me. Anyone who has followed my streams probably knows what I'm talking about. Basically, I feel that AoE4, well, why is it stalled? It has several serious design flaws. One of them is the siege design. True. No, this is just the background. For the time being, my real background is honestly just kind of like really messy at the current point in time. Like I just moved and moved to my grandma's place. Parents and siblings are just stashing a lot of stuff here, so I need to get rid of a lot of stuff. I need to like really clean this whole place out. Like, there are so many books and stuff like that. I don't have places to put my clothes and whatnot, and I'm just dealing with that at the moment. And it's also, like, a lot of stuff that I honestly just can't just get rid of. Love staying with Grandma? Dude, I already found the old, Nazi Germany passport from one of my grandma's parents, so that was interesting. Maybe we'll do a live Grandma Nazi box unboxing on stream at some point. It's absurd that the best counter siege units is other siege units. We've been saying this for years. We've been saying this part for years, and honestly, I'm kind of over it at this point. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Like, at this point in time, I don't feel like Age of Empires as a game is gonna move in a direction where like we can comfortably be happy as a player base. Like, updates are coming in really, really slowly. It's not the updates that we're looking for. We are having the same meta for a long time, mostly revolving around Siege, and we're just lacking quality of life updates out the wazoo here as well. It feels like for the most part, development is just not happening at a quick enough pace. And this problem with Siege is just like the greatest example of it all, right? Like, it is such a big and serious design flaw, and I've called it out time after time after time again, that it's just bad game design. To have a siege unit be the only real answer to siege because of body blocking, because of bad pathing, because of lacking siege damage from like anti-siege damage from units. I'm over it at this point, and you guys might have already seen like my Steam name earlier, aspiring AOM player. I'm honestly just gonna switch over to Age of Mythology. Like right now, it's just so dooming, right? Like I played the Age of Mythology beta. What do we have? We have pause button. We have restores. We have like when you crash, you restore. You have reconnects. It's honestly, it's just so tilting. You don't have that annoying input delay that you have in AoE4, and it's just getting way more attention from developers, honestly. And I'm playing this. I've played this game for such a long time. I've defended it for such a long time. I've talked shit about the devs for such a long time, and I feel vindicated whenever I talk shit about the devs. And they just kind of like make you feel right about talking shit about them just because nothing's happening or the stuff that is happening isn't good enough. This leads to late game scenarios where both players are just spamming siege, which is really common in AoE4. It's a major design flaw. Thankfully, it's mostly confined to late game now, because in earlier stages like Feudal Age, it used to be even worse. It's not fun watching endless siege spam. But beyond that, the biggest problem for AoE4 for me, I think, for most viewers, and why it fails to take off competitively, is that they've minimized the micro aspects to the point where it lacks any spectacle. I don't care about spectacle personally. If I want to compete, I just want there to be a skill differentiation between players. But in AoE4, there's very little of that. They've simplified the micro so much that most games are won purely on decision making. It's not bad for decisions to matter like they do in AoE2, but AoE2, along with great decision making, also has excellent and intricate micro mechanics, which AoE4 lacks. That is very true. That is absolutely very, very true. In AoE2, archers, they don't have a 100% hit chance. Mangonels, they don't have, like, aimbot projectiles and whatnot. AoE4 is lacking all of that, and micro is really, like... In AoE4, realistically, once a fight begins, you just shift-click your stuff, you look away, you take care of other stuff, and, yeah, it's... this is a point that we can all certainly, like, understand and agree with, There are two basic micro-mechanics in, It's why my buddy is good at this game. Hey, man. Sometimes it do be like that. Relic's engine either sucks or the dev team doesn't know how to implement these things. I think at this point in time, like with all the Relic layoffs and just the entire lack of things that we've seen from Relic, I guess it's like... It's probably... a secret to the public, but it's not hard to see that Relic is kind of like out of the picture when it comes to AoE4 for a long time now. Like you can really tell when you look at Company of Heroes, which is using the same engine. They've recently pushed quality of life updates to remove the input delay. Age of Empires 4 isn't getting that, so it's safe to assume that Relic isn't working on AoE4 anymore at the moment. Whose fault that is? Probably Microsoft. Like, I'm guessing they've got like a contract with Relic and they just let that run out, cancel it with the layoffs or whatnot. Something like that. So right now it's probably just like the other studios working on Age of Empires 4. Like you got your World's Edge, you got your Forgotten Empires, right? Like all the other different studios working on it. None of these studios can really handle the Relic Essence engine. None of them can adapt that engine. None of them can approve the engine. Why do I have that sidebar there? Let's get rid of that. None of them can approve the engine. You don't see that in Age of Mythology Retold because they're using the AoE3 engine. They got control over that. They know how to work with that. That's why in AoM Retold we already have features like restore, like reconnects and all that good stuff, pause button, those are just things that it feels like the current developer team can't implement in AOE4. So there's no development or no major development happening when it comes to quality of life features. What do we do? Like, where is AOE4 going? We don't know. We don't have a roadmap or anything like that. And honestly, it's just we're sailing on a ghost ship at the moment. That's how I feel for the most part. I don't know where the road is going. And at this point, honestly, this is my personal opinion. Well, we know we're getting a Roost Bounty Rework. Hallelujah. Yeah, I think they're just fooling around with the engine at this point in time, like with what they know, and try to like make some meta changes or something like that. But honestly, my personal opinion at this point in time is I've just kind of given up on AOE4 development. I don't think anything major is going to happen anymore. I'm glad if I'm wrong. But I'm just looking forward to Age of Mythology, to like a game that's actually getting like support, and there's like good outlook when it comes to development. Now, Age of Mythology probably isn't going to be nearly as competitive as AOE4 when it comes to gameplay. We all know that Age of Mythology in general isn't as much of a competitive game. Overall, when you compare it to like AOE2, AOE4. It's more similar to AOE3 when it comes to like the competitiveness of the game, as in that it's not that great for competitiveness. It's more like a low skill, like kind of low skill type RTS. But honestly, there's also stuff to be perfected there, and you can still have like skill differential there, right? So I'm looking forward to AOM Retold. I just think back to when everyone was dooming over a year ago, that game was dying only for the expansion to drop. Not that I expect a big extension, but the dooming's not new. Yeah, dooming's not new in this game at all. I agree with that. But there's only so many band-aids that you can put on a gaping flesh wound until the patient's dead. Right? Like, sure, the expansion was great. We still don't have a working capture age implementation for the civilizations from the expansion. That's not there. We still don't have a pause button. We have no way to restore games. We still can't see replays from past patches. You still can't... You still don't have an in-game leaderboard. That's all outsourced to a AOE4 world at the moment, pretty much. They introduced a... I already paused ads for like 3 times in a row. They're gonna play in like a minute or so, just so you're aware. We already... This is the... One of the most fucked up things as well, is... time and time again, we're asking for communication from developers, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna start communicating a bit more with where stuff is going. There's just nothing happening. There's just legitimately nothing happening. We're not getting any really meaningful upgrades to the game. And I'm done defending it. Every now and then it's like, oh yeah, this stuff is gonna come, surely. Yeah, right. Like, it's just not enough. Like, we're getting treated like dirt here. The players, they're getting treated like dirt. Like, they're just not being respected. At one point, honestly, it's also just a matter of respect. Like, respect the community that you have, respect the players that you have, talk to them. Don't be like, oh yeah, they're gonna get the content that they're gonna get, and they're gonna be happy about it. We just have no clue what's happening. It's absolutely horrendous, and community management has been absolutely atrocious. Granted, they're finally working on that. Like, we're actually getting, like, new people coming in and like doing communication stuff. Like you saw on Twitter, like stuff is starting to at least get a little bit more traction there. But honestly, it's the respect just isn't there. between the development of the game and the players. Like, it's just not there. Let's keep reading about the Vortex post. Every major patch has brought huge quality of life and advanced the game. No, you're wrong. That is bullshit. That is not true. We can literally, like, ads. Yeah, I already paused ads 5 times in a row. I can't do it anymore on Twitch. You can watch the VOD again. I'll go over to YouTube. They play less ads on live streams. I'm streaming on YouTube at the same time as well. But yeah, in the end, essentially, you say that every major patch has brought huge quality of life and advanced the game. We can go over to AE4 World, and we can check out, like, the... do we have it here anywhere? Like, the big season upgrade that we got. The big new season. Content, patches, there we go. Cost reduction, introduction of crossplay. Where was the big new season? There we go. 10.0.5. Big new season. Big new season. Quality of life. Quality of life. Huh. There's nothing here. Ranked Season 7. Map pool. Build spotlight. This looks a little bit nicer now, but that's not really that big. Yeah, the quality of life improvement. Walls under construction can now be converted into gates. Minor, a very, very minor thing. Like, incredibly minor, I want to say. Most pros don't even use that feature. When you see VC play, he barely uses that feature. When like, it also makes your villagers bug out at the same time, so instead of having one villager build the gate, all villagers start building the gate, and then, like, if you want a quick wall, it doesn't work anymore, so good to not use that feature. When ungarrisoning from a building, units will exit the building from a location closest to the rally point direction. Honestly, that's fucked up that we didn't have that before, but we were already able to work around that with return to work hotkeys. Then, what do we have here? Another big season update. New season, we got a seasonal biome. Hello Heart, login events. Quality of life? Hello? Quality of life? Hello? Hello? Bug fixes? Updates to repair? Quality of life? Where's quality of life? I'm not seeing it. There just aren't any. They're really minor, and saying that there's huge quality of life updates that advance the game with every major update is just dishonest and a lie. A flat-out lie. Going on. There are 2 basic micromechanics in ARTIs. Honestly, I'm not going into the whole, like, micro debate with AE4. I think AE4 gameplay-wise is really good. It's just the whole construct about it, the balancing, the advancement of the game that makes it really, really shit. Well, think about it. Do you really like AE4? Why does it have so few viewers? Because most people don't enjoy watching a glorified empire building simulator, and that's the vibe you get from many AE4 games. You're not watching an esport, you're watching a guy sit in space for 10 to 15 minutes pumping out units, and they mass their armies, and boom, that's it. For me, coming from other RTS, that's incredibly boring, so defenses are poorly designed and stone walls to keeps. It all seems geared towards a very slow defensive playstyle. Agreed. I think they could have made the game way more active, and I think it used to be way more active as well. Like when Mongols were more meta as well, like the forward outposts, you start messing up siege, you start taking down buildings, you force fights. That meta used to be quite a bit more active, I want to say, and honestly, I kind of want it back. I also kind of want, like, trebuchets to be able to be better, do more damage, siege to be, like, mangonels to be a little bit more, more like an AoE2, honestly. Overall, I just want the game to be, like, a certain aspects, especially regarding siege, I just want it to be more like AoE2. When you're an aggressive player like me and try to be proactive, make plays, apply pressure, you realize that in most matchups it's not worth it. The best strategy is to sit in your base and wait for your opponent to crash against you. Eventually, it just becomes incredibly frustrating. Then there's the issue of excessive RNG in AoE. I don't like it. I believe that the less RNG in RTS, the better for its competitive integrity. And in AoE4, that's even more RNG than AoE2. Sometimes you find 3 sheep, sometimes 17. The spawns for gold are all over the place. Some might say, oh, that's good at Mixie Adept. Sure, try adapting when you have 3 golds right next to a Mongol player who puts towers in between. It's really tough. Understandable. I agree with the sheep part. I can somewhat agree with the gold part. Overall, I like the argument that it's good to adapt. Like, when you have, like, forward resources, it forces you to be in a more aggressive position. Or, like, it promotes playing in a more aggressive position just so you don't go on the defensive. Some civs can do that better than others, and, yeah, I get... When it comes to maps, right, like, it's... The RNG factor definitely is a thing there. Something that could be improved upon. Honestly, time and time again, it's been said that it's going to get improved. It doesn't really feel like there's too much active development there. Is an aggressive player hates being aggressed? I don't read that out of that. This isn't the only reason I dislike the game. Everything I've mentioned contributes to why it will never be a big esport. We have to accept the fusion numbers for AoE4 are terrible. The Red Bull World online finals had 2,000 viewers. Meanwhile, a game like Warcraft 3, which you might think it's dead, actually has more views than AoE4. Warcraft 3 still has an active competitive scene, and even its finals have way more viewers. This is the final of an online circuit, not even a major event. It's just, why isn't AoE4 taking off? It's because of what I've said. Don't really necessarily agree. I think it's like... mostly has to do with marketing, and AoE4 has atrocious shit, non-existent marketing, and in the end, that's kind of why the esports scene has been slowly digressing more and more, and yeah, that's my take. It's not necessarily because of the game, because I'm just gonna say, gameplay-wise, I don't think Warcraft 3 is necessarily more entertaining than AoE4. To watch as well. Especially when you also take games like AoE2 into account, like that is relatively similar. So the question everyone asks, is AoE4 dying? Is it going to die? Relax, the answer is no, AoE4 won't die quickly. AoE4 will die a long, drawn-out, painful death. Microsoft won't let any of its AoE titles truly die. If AoE3 is still alive with its DLC every year or two, they've even tried reviving Age of Mythology with Told, which we'll see how it goes. The first week, it will probably have a lot of players. They obviously won't let AoE4 die this year. I don't know if there will be new content, so the player base will likely drop, viewership will continue to decline, the competitive scene will shrink, but they'll release a DLC eventually, maybe next year. Now, about the competitive scene in AoE4, that's a different story. Actually, it's not that it's going to die, it's already dead. If you look at the prize winnings in the past 8-9 months, the best player, Marine Lord, who is by far the best in the game, hasn't even earned 20k. The best player in the game, of course, the Red Bull Wallow is coming up, and he'll win a good amount there. But Wallow is a one-time event. Last year it didn't even happen, and next year, well, I'm pretty sure there won't be a Wallow. And if there is, I'm convinced it won't be for AoE4. So, when the best player can't even make a living exclusively from tournaments, yeah, I guess that's kind of fair. The competitive scene is, the game is competitively dead because there's no incentive for new players. Well, not that there's no interest, but it's impossible for a new player to invest enough time to get good. Say you start today, realize you're pretty good, reach top 20 world, and you want to push for top 3, you're going to have to play full-time for 4 to 6 months because the current top 3 are all full-time players, and even if you reach top 3, you won't earn enough to live off it. It's simply not viable to be a pro gamer in AoE4. Completely fair. It's the marketing, right? Like we talked about that. It's completely unfeasible, so yes, AoE4 is completely dead competitively. The moment that happens in eSport, it's dead. Right now, only 3 players can live off AoE4, because Marine Lord because he wins all the tournaments and has a big organization backing him, BC because he has a huge stream, and Demu we'll see because the stream is still big, but thanks to being Demu, not because of AoE4, his StarCraft 2 stream would be just as big. True. And even his viewership is declining. I don't know how long he'll keep streaming AoE4. I wouldn't say declining necessarily, like Demu's view count, right now, what Demu's doing is he's playing a lot of different games as well. That obviously has an impact on it. Might move more into like a variety streaming kind of thing. We'll have to see. Obviously, you can see why it's not sustainable. There's no way they're making a profit with this. I don't know how much longer they'll keep it up, but it's impossible for this to be profitable. They're losing money with this approach. So to finally answer the question of why I've decided to leave AO4 now, it's because there's no point in competing anymore. It's not even choice at this point. I stopped competing in AO4 because it's simply not possible anymore. The Red Bull Bowl just finished, there are no tournaments announced, and there's a LAN America, but it's not like StarCraft 2 where you have the whole year planned out and can decide which tournaments to enter. You're just waiting to see if the big organizations decide to keep investing or just give up, which, looking at the numbers, seems likely. I don't know how much longer they'll keep doing it, but it's impossible for it to be profitable for them. So I had to take two options: keep playing casually, or, well, as many of you know, I'm an engineer, so I could go back to working in my field or try something different in another RTS. It was a coincidence. It's not that I quit AO4 for Stormgate. I was going to quit AO4 anyways, but Stormgate's early access came out. I decided to give it a shot, and things are going well. My stream has been growing considerably. We'll see how the game performs competitively. Maybe there won't even be tournaments. Maybe it won't be viable either. But for now, I'm enjoying it. AO4 had become very stale for me. Anyway, I want to thank you all for supporting me throughout in my time in AO4. It's surprising, maybe not, that many people from the AO4 community were skeptical of Stormgate. They told me, I'll try it out because of you. I've seen streaming you and it looks interesting. They seem to be enjoying it too, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Maybe nothing really. Yeah. I'm Nilly, the new tournament coordinator for World's Edge AoE plus AOM. Hopefully we can get a calendar public within the next weeks to go full schedule for the next 11 months. I know we were slow with sharing updates on upcoming tournaments, but we are actively working on that, and it'll be better in the future. Nice of Nilly to chime in there. I like that. I like that. That's good. That's good. Would be nice, of course, to know what's coming. But it's not just tournaments, right? Yo, Lash, thank you for the raid, man. Hope you had a great stream. We're just looking at the Vortex statement on Reddit regarding him quitting AoE. And, yeah, apparently we're getting a calendar public with, like, events for the next 11 months soon. So that's good. That's good that Nilly is communicating that. But honestly, like, it's not just about the tournaments necessarily, but also about just game updates. And then we've got a kind of like an answer post from EGC. So AO4's competitive scene is neither dead nor dying. This is what it is. To start off clearly, this post is in no way any way to criticize Vortex's view of the future of AO4 esports. He put forward his view, which he's entitled to, and has undoubtedly been one of our esports greats and a true gentleman, and is entitled to his views, and where the esports scene is going. He'll be sorely missed, and we wish him the best. That said, as the post is recapping his views, has gone somewhat viral on Reddit, I believe it's worth a response, and so I'd like to offer an alternative outlook to this community from our perspective as the game's major tournament organizer, especially as our own viability and long-term commitment is being discussed as part of that. The main areas considering for this outlook and broadly categorized as the game's watchability, prize money, viewership, scheduling. Game's watchability, this is the only issue I'll not tackle substantively, as it simply is too subjective. All I can say is that I believe the game is very watchable. I agree with that, and I enjoy watching it. Others may disagree, but it's all impossible to quantify. But yeah, I agree. Age of Empires 4 competitive scene is not bad to watch. I wish wholeheartedly that we're getting a broader changes to the meta to make the game also play more interestingly. Django, thank you for the follow, man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Like, I talked a little bit about it. I kind of think, like, development-wise, I'm not big on AoE4's future at the moment with what we know of. Yeah, that's my take on that. Prize money. So last year we had like 200,000. This year so far we had 120,000. Granted, year still has a quarter go ahead of itself. Now, firstly, I note this does not include prize pools under 1,000, which means that all numbers are a little higher in reality. But there are some things to look at here. The first one is that 2024 is tracking for similar prize money to 2023, considering we are 7 months into the year. While I can't guarantee that it will quite get to 200k, I can guarantee that there is more to come. It's going to, at the very minimum, be close. The second is that we even seen more notable events from non-EGC, King of the Rockies, King of the Northland. That was great, by the way. Over 12k in prize pool. But third is that we continue to work on major events through 2024 and 2025, and you can expect to see more major events with significant prize pools going forward. But, and a big but, while in statistical terms the amount of prize money on offer remains robust, Area 4 is a relatively niche esports. I saw a reply by Nilly. He posted today that he got overlooked. We talked a little bit about it. About the reply. It would be funny if in a couple of weeks we get a big patch and a tourney calendar. Did we already have a tourney calendar? And ever since it's been released, it's never been updated. So, you know, that's something. 2023 average viewership is 2.3k. 2024 it's 2.8k. Scheduling, proper scheduling that is clearly promoted and signaled by advance has been a significant issue for players. Nilly already said that he's trying to make that better. But yeah, this is the esports side of things. But the esports side of things is only like a quarter of the entire picture, I want to say, because what Vortex's main issue is, I want to say, is the game's development. The game's development, and it just not being communicated at all where we're heading. We got no roadmap. We have no clue what's ahead of us. We talked a little bit about Relic being out of the picture when it comes to development at all, so it's literally just studios that don't know how to work the Essence engine. Off topic, but what browser? This is literally Microsoft Edge. Just Edge. They introduced like a little sidebar for tabs, which I kind of like. I'm just using Edge as a stream browser. My main browser is Arc. I can recommend Arc. It similarly has the tabs on the side, and it's pretty cool. I recommend Arc if you want to have a really cool browser at the moment that's functional, fast, and whatnot. ARC. Yeah, but we talked a little bit about it. Reddit just not being in the picture when it comes to... not Reddit. Relic just not being in the picture when it comes to development. Studios that remain, Forgotten Empires, World's Edge, are like the main studios, right? They don't know how to work the Essence engines. We're not getting any quality of life updates. It's not realistic that we're getting any major quality of life updates, like a pause button, like a restore feature, like an update to Capture Age and whatnot. So... that's my take on that. I'm kind of dooming at this point in time, honestly, but we got all the reasons to kind of doom and gloom there. And I'm excited for Age of Mythology because that is being developed with the AoE3 engine, so the developers at least know what they're working with. So we already have pause buttons, we already have restore features in Age of Mythology, so that's all looking great, nice and dandy. Updates are coming in. The community, like the developers, are also quick to listen to feedback. Like during the beta, I know Drongo recommended one thing and it got implemented like a week later. That is just absolutely unheard of in AoE4. Something like that will never be in AoE4, where you give feedback and it's getting implemented within a timely manner. That is just not happening in AoE4. I'm just gonna say it. Like the only comparable thing would be like the board change that we once had, where they were like, okay, once the board fixates the target, it's gonna stick to the target, and everybody was like, no, don't do that, and they were like, okay, we won't. After massive feedback, after they had like a public update preview, which they rarely ever have, and they were like, okay, yeah, we won't implement it then, fine. You guys, okay, sure, we won't do it. You guys aren't getting this update. Wee-hee. And that's like the only real thing where I'm like, oh yeah, they directly listen to the community. Man. Also, yeah, true. Fucking Jeanne d'Arc. I'm gonna pick this back up again. Jeanne d'Arc. What the fuck is that for a civilization name? You name an entire civilization after one girl. Like, sure, it's historic, but... Huh? What the fuck? That just bothers me. Pretty cool, Gurk, right? Yeah. But it's just weird, right? Like it's just weird. All right, rant's over. I don't want to just be ranting for like half an hour. We're gonna queue again. Order of the Dragon is also dumb. It's way less dumb. I'm gonna say, like, Order of the Dragon is way less dumb. Hey, don't talk about 10 for Tim's ex-wife like that. Ex-wife? Oh, true, yeah. I know it's a claim that nearly clearly identifies the difference with that Civ. Really? Because French also has Jeanne d'Arc. Like, in theory. In theory, like, French history is also Jeanne d'Arc. So, just taking Jeanne d'Arc out of that and be like, yeah, that's a civilization now. Kinda dumb to me. Like, what faction was Jeanne d'Arc part of? Like, she must have been part of a political faction. Like, I know she was, like, the Burgundians were her enemies. But she must have been part of a faction, right? Like, you can't just use that faction. She was on the king's side. And the king must have been part of a family, right? Like, you could have used something like that. Oh well. It's just not fitting with the naming convention in the end, right? Like, naming civilizations after a single person isn't really a thing in AU4. Might be in AU3, but not really in AU4. Like, you're not naming the Germans in, like, the Teutons in AU2. They're not called Barbarossa. They're the Teutons. Yeah, the Valois family, but that's a problem using that name as they were the main family of France from 2080 and forward? Really? Okay. Crackety, say one nice thing about AU4 and then win a match. I like AU4's overall gameplay. I like the units, I like the looks, I like the overall feel of the game. I hate when I'm in a good position, I want to close out a game, and I see my opponent hunker down in space with only mass siege and trying to fuck me up in a choke point. You cannot go into the match with this negativity. Dude, I've been going into every match that I've been playing for like the last 3 years with negativity in my mind. Negativity is my main mindset. I'm a pessimistic person like that. That sounds exhausting. Well, we'll see how it's gonna go. Is that a German thing? Absolutely not. I'm just a plonker in that way. Yo, Puppet Paw, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a great day. Great day. The champ. The one that's going to Spain to have a show match against Marine Lord. Dude, imagine Puppet Paw being like, yeah, I'm not going to Spain. Fuck playing for a show match. Just switch out with Wham. It's not a show match. It's an execution. Alright. 3-0. Let's go. That's an announcement to make. Am I going to Spain? Fuck no, dude. Like, even if I was invited, I would honestly just heavily consider it. Like, they would have to pay a shit ton to me in order to go out to Spain. Because honestly, like, going for a best of 5 to Spain and back, man, that just doesn't sound worth it to me. Like $1,000 minimum with flight and amenities included. Trip to Spain though. I've been to Italy and Spain a bunch of times. I can just go in my own time. I've literally driven all like 1,400 kilometers to Norway. It takes half that long to get to Spain. As peeps from NA, that's not as easy to do. True, but you know, NA they've got other things going, right? Like they got like pretty much you can look at North America or look at the USA, and it's like every single state is like a country when it comes to size and stuff like that. Now, granted, culturally they're not nearly as diverse as the European countries, but they vary from like scenery and nature and whatnot. I'm flying 3 hours just to get to Denver. Yeah, I mean, those are some distances, right? All right, we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. Queue. We're gonna restart the queue because we don't want to play against a Conqueror 2. It's only 2 states away. You say only states, but then in Germany you would say, oh yeah, it's like 2 countries, and it's like flying from Germany to like West Spain. That probably would also be like 3 hours. Yeah, you could be like 3 hours. I guess we could just we put in Europe. Oh my god, it's fucking Bing. I'm blinded. This is literally a flashbang. Literally a flashbang. Where's maps? Okay, let's just go over to Google. Let's just go over to Google and we're gonna take a look at maps. And I'm hoping I'm not doxing myself. Okay, somewhat doxed, alright. And we're gonna zoom out a little bit. Let's just have it like this. We got like the individual countries here, right? Right? So this looks pretty big, right? Like you're in Germany and then Spain's all the way down there. And we're going here-ish, I want to say. Was it here? Somewhere in this region? Near Cordoba, I thought it was. What was the name of the keep again? That castle? I thought it was somewhere over here. I can't see it right now. I know they did a post about like watch parties nearby that are in Cordoba. I'm not sure if it was actually in Cordoba, but somewhere around this region, right? Renato, isn't that the name of the tournament? That's not the name of the keep, right? Was it Almodova? I think. Yeah, that's the one. All right, so we got it right. That's the keep. That's the keep that they're doing it at. Yeah. There you go. Oh my god, it's Donati. Oh my god. Himiyama. I don't play Juji on Himiyama a lot. Let's do it. Let's just spam Juji today. Against English. Alright. Let's see how we do this. So scout from him is over here. He's gonna head up now. I've still not found, like... Oh my god, I'm actually retarded. I didn't do the drop-off correctly. I deserve to lose this game. I've gathered way too much wood. Hello, any sheep, please? Like, how is it that I found 1 sheep? There we go, sheep number 2 and 3. that I hadn't queued a villager. Man, I'm not playing well. I've not played a lot recently. I'm gonna blame it on that. Resource-wise, I guess this is fine. 4 landmark. 2 more sheep over here. 3 actually. I'll take 3. I don't mind taking those 3. Seven sheep. Oh, his scout is over there already. Okay, okay, I see. Interesting. Scout pathing from him, so he went like this. But he already had a lot of sheep, so I guess he just got really, really lucky. When it comes to scouting, that's nice for him. 2-ish minutes, so his age-up should be coming in soon. We're lacking like 50 food right now, just because we misplayed earlier. Off of gold. Meditation gone, let's put that there. Is he on water? He might be on water, actually. But we saw him still having straggler trees, so it would be kind of weird for him to be on water. If he didn't go on straggler trees, right? Yeah, okay, he must be on water. Oh, somewhat. There we go. Okay, that's a landmark coming in. Funny. Hello? Oh my god, I hate pathing in this game so fucking much. Like, I'm literally not able to path that way. I hate this. I hate this. This is just not bearable. Like the pathing there. These pathing issues are just insane. Absolutely insane. Like, did you just see that? Grant, we did just cause a lot of idle time for him. But this was just very annoying here so far. His army's moving. See pathing in such a way. Oh my god, fucking hell. What a noob strategy, man. Doing that in front of Shuji's base. I can't believe that it almost worked just to horrendous pathing. Like, they increased Horseman attack range, but you saw how bad, like, atrocious the pathing still was, right? That was just absolutely atrocious. Like, he took good trades with only archers against Horsemen. Oh, man. Interesting game. Abusing the fact that Horseman pathing is bugged. Like, you can't call it anything else but bugged. Map is very narrow there. I mean, that doesn't excuse the horrendous pathing. Oh, it's just bad. Like, he's also trying to get me to focus a scout, and I'm actively, like, doing the correct thing, and, like, making sure my horsemen don't attack a scout. And he's actually taking good strides. Granted, he was getting a ton of idle time on his villagers there, which is why I kept, like, rallying, right? Because it's actually worth it. You can tell, like, by the overall amount of income. We're just looking way, way, way better there. Yeah, it's a little bit absurd. A little bit absurd just how poor his income was there. Hard to believe that he went for such a... for that. I could have legitimately also just gone for Jugunu. When can we play AOM again? Any info? Nope. No clue. When was the official release? Like, it's soon. It's soon. The official release is on the 4th of September, and I think with the premium edition you can play a little bit earlier. So chances are by the end of the month. It's amazing how many cheese strats there are in this game. I mean, this wasn't really a cheese strat. This was a bad strat. Would have been better if he had the barracks up immediately. Never I see HRE, not good. HRE is the best civilization in the game at the moment, the strongest civilization for sure. 100%, no doubt about it. Strongest civ in the game. Rus isn't as strong as HRE. HRE is stronger than Rus. Alright, I got time for like one more game, and then we're gonna call it a day, because we got work again tomorrow. Gotta get that 9 to 5 grind going again. And then we do it all again on the next day. And on the next day. And on the next day. Until we're 70. Yippee. So motivating? Absolutely. I'm a very motivating kind of guy. 75 for you, probably. Maybe 80. You never know how politics go, right? They're gonna be like, oh yeah, life expectancy is going up. Pog. The plan is to win the lottery. Just win the lottery. Escape the cycle. Alright, time for another game. Bad news, lottery also rigged. Aw, man. Oh man. You have more chance of beating Marine Lord with your eyes closed, I think. That's chance I'll take still. I'm not actively playing in the lottery, but honestly, I assume like it's... Well, to be fair, I've invested a little bit into stocks. They recently had a really big dip. They're starting to slowly recover. And it's pretty much completely the same as it was to yesterday. Stocks at the moment are KEKW. Yeah, they are, but that just makes it like a great time to buy as well. I think especially AMD. I bought a shit ton of Intel, which in hindsight was a really bad choice. Oh my god, it's Scully Deckle. It's the guy from chat. It's the guy from chat. Let's make an even 3 Juji games. ASML is the long way to go. I bought Intel when they dipped, then they dipped a lot further. I think they could go up again. We're gonna have to wait and see. I'm playing it the long game, anyways. Against the Abbasid. Playing up against the Abbasid. Alright. Or Abbasid. You don't want to buy stocks right now? I think with the dip was actually a pretty good time to buy. Intel bad choice? Yeah, I agree. Like Intel is a bad choice just because then I was like, after I bought, like I saw the big dip, I was like, wait, Intel, they should be higher, right? And I kind of like went for it, and after I was like, oh, I can see why they're rated so low. And now I'm like kind of sad that I bought. But I also got Nvidia and AMD, and I think AMD realistically should be going up long term. Quite a bit again after the dip there. Oh my god, he's getting 3 sheep on his side. I'm not getting any, and I even went further than my side. Great reward for me. Okay, another one here. Get the sheep. The sheep. Yes, but if the Iran-Israel war escalates or Ukraine war, stock's gonna plummet. Also, US labor market shows decline. Yeah. That's why I'm not confident in stocks. I mean, I can see the reasoning behind that, right? But when you look at the companies, at the individual companies, and you kind of like know what they're worth, or at least you get like a rough estimate, and you can be like, oh yeah, these are undervalued at the moment. Like, take the Asian market, for example. Granted, the Asian market is a big gamble due to political things, right? Like, in overall, it's kind of a gamble. Invested into Xiaomi, just because Xiaomi is like the Apple of China. Do you have a look at their financial statements? Intel long term is like kind of shit, right? Like the financial statements where they're going back year after year, like they're in quite the decline at the moment. Granted, I think Intel just overall needs a strategy change, and I hope they're gonna do that sooner rather than later. Alright, let's move out. Where do we move to? There's all kind of shit there, actually. Payout-wise. Can we get a better payout over here? That's a little bit better. That's pretty good. 10? Granted, there's a boar here, so I actually need to, like, be careful. Be very, very careful. Keep my scout nearby. Sheep-wise, we didn't get a great haul. Not at all. That's not a great haul that we've gotten here so far. Yeah, we didn't get a lot of sheep this game. Alright, let's just put these sheep over there. But maybe fine. Like, we're gonna get a good amount of resource over here. And we're just gonna keep our scout over here for the time being, or at least move just a little bit up ahead, but in a circle-ish. Just so that we're gonna be nearby in case he tries to go for Vils with the boar there. Okay, it looks like he's not going for that. So then, we gotta check what he's actually going for. Military wing, military wing. It's gonna be that military wing. Let's see what the follow-up is. Gotta check his stone. Military wing, that's what we saw. That's stone, so it's second TC from here on out. So we're gonna pull off that. Gonna pull all that shit over here. And next up, we're just gonna go fast Castle Age. We got 4 Shiganus, he pulled back. We can try and look for some harassment. He's not over here, any resources. Does he already have a second TC? Not sure, I don't see it over there. We see a stable now coming up, so we're heading back. Don't need to fuck with no stable. We know where some of the relics are. There's another one. Okay, now we know where all of the relics are.
以求救下。
您需要什么？大家命令来了。两部挺好，命令来了。
Shaolin Monastery, here we go.
十字弓手，大梁。
是的，您好。是。
Go up with the stable as well.
侦察兵在此。十字弓条，右下检查一turn。有麻烦了，这里。地球救驾。
大家准备。
了解十字弓小动品啊，是侦察兵在此。 我们走，奴兄们，
准备看谁要做些什么。
命令。
命令时间到。
Food that I need, thank you.
十字弓，
Much appreciated.
十字弓手，准备好，做好准备好，出发。奴兄，一个兄弟们，检查武器。
该干活了。
给我马上完成任务。
需要做些什么？
Probably at this point in time, could pull more over to the food over there.
好的，需要做什么？
So why is this one set?
我要去哪？侦察兵，十字弓一。
We're just gonna work towards
大家听
需
好，
要做些什么？
Song Dynasty.
大家注意。
建筑该干活了。明白。
十字弓，渴望为您服务。
大家太早点。
需要做些什么？没问题，准备好了。需要做，
大家注意。
需要做些什么？
Ah!
可按照命令，我你有何指取法？兄弟们，我会带领你们。
命令时间到。
I need enough food for a number 2.
大家听好。
侦察兵，我这就去。是时候行动了。
命令时间到，我会。
士兵们，仔细听命令。服从是我的天职。
大家注意。
Okay, got the stone that we need. Got that as all as well.
就建造它。
So now we go to TC.
好的，需要做什么？
好的，需要做什么？
我看到了敌人。
命令时间到。
扫日敌人炮火。
依您属愿，需要前往那去。准备执行命令，村民。
我准备您的意愿。
Really, I sent that guy back? That's bad.
大家，
服求以蜡奴被制。你意愿是什么？不要去哪？
Wait, what? But that's where a boar is. You can't get it from boar. That's hilarious.
做好服从准备。
大家听好，没问题，我很快就能建造好。
准备些小工具。
是尊贵的骑士，你就绪。兄弟取法，兄弟们，勇往直前吧。
Let's wait for that guy to return.
听命行事了。
该干活了。奉命动身。
是。
Already start the process of walling.
你亦保证完成指令。准备，我会带领你们。
So we're now to TC as well, just like him, but we're getting all the relics,
准备些小工具。好的，
which is pretty good for us here.
需要做些什么？
做好，做好。
村民营。
Okay, I gotta stop letting that happen, letting these raids go through.
准备好。
该干活了，奉命动身。
是时候行动了。您圣光
Time for textiles now. Jesus. I've lost too many villagers to that. So we're just gonna go for another TC, honestly. And I need an outpost here, like, I gotta stop letting
自先寻魔。
him get away with that shit.
服穷准备，你意愿是什么？
准备好，兄弟们，我为你当然可以。有地线下去。谁自空手放下？
您的做好服穷准备。
兄弟们，准备出发。
Let's get some of this stuff going here.
铁锈公子，开干还流。需要自先寻魔。
好的，需要做什么？准备些小工具，没问题。
Just in case, let's get a sprinkled emplacement going.
该干活了，该干活了。需要做什么？秀到公平，保证
Let's run.
完成指令。
大家注意，
一个黑目标。
需要做些什么？做好
兄弟们，准备出发。准备好，出发。
您的指令是？
是时候行动了。
大家注意。村民依你属愿，准备执法。大
我准备好停。
骑士上马。
命令升起来，
需要这
大家动起来。
我这就去做。
为你服务是我的荣幸。
我准备好听命。
谁长期采用马上两地不老窄，不得是做好准备。十字弓。
村民正在服从。
您意十字弓，我们要上楼。是
指令取悦。
大家注
All
意，
right, nice.
我会为您建造。
该干活了。
命令执法，大家。与您命令一波。
这是我努力的。
Could use a little bit more wood.
做些什么？
我发现了敌人。
大家听好，我很快就能建造好。
准备些小工具。
命令大家听好。
附近发现有敌人。
Villagers moving out.
做好执行命令的准备。
Where are they going to?
正在服从您的命令。
Oh, no, 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 no. Don't kill it there. Don't kill it there. That's bad. That's bad. Oh, also, don't kill it there. A little bit more distance. There we go. So he's doing a farm transition in space right now. All right.
村民，动起来！你是我。
敌军是敌人，敌兵，平均。列好快攻，十字弓随人结合，平均。我发现了敌人。
I'm gonna need a siege workshop here.
瞄地一些，给我下指令吧。
大家注意。
我看到了敌人。明白。给我下。正在旅行，我做好整个平哨流。拿出警察兵，已做好准备。十字弓已准备正式上战。是什么？瞄地一些，十字弓手。高不老窄，不得行。附近发现有敌人。谁就准备标一位士兵们，
准备些小工具。
Let's also get a wall across here.
为您建造。
准备结束工作。
需要做些
As
什
well
么
as an outpost along that side.
大家注意，
We're getting enough for a keep here, slowly but surely.
这是我努。大家听好。明白。
士兵们听到了，
需要自先寻魔。
做好执行，我们要上流。士兵们，士兵们，仔细听命令指挥。
命令时将到，大家注意。
So, where do we put that keep? Just over here-ish? Could be good. Could be good.
好的，该干活了。好，该走了。需要做
Knew it. Thought that's gonna be his next response.
听候指令。好的，谁要
Start making siege.
兄弟们，有指令，准备一些小工具，该干活了。我会为您建造。大家听到了？我看到了敌人。距离多米，谁的车准备好了？谁要做些什么？马上就建造它。
命令时间到。
How do I keep expanding this now? Why are my waypoints still pointed in that direction? That's not good. That's just not good at all.
工程 K， 谁奴车准备好了？听候指令。命令做好指挥命令的准备。一切准备。工程 K 已准备好流血与战斗。
需要做些什么？准备结束工作。
Okay.
大家听好，是什么？
大家听好。
命令来了，做一切这就办。你
需要做些什么？
A little bit more forward on the walls there.
别致的
该干活了。
你做建造别致的建筑。
建筑有题。
谁要做些什么？准备一些小工具。谁最漂亮？准备好了，前往目的地已到下。我在补充，做好就准备好，吃饭入休。十字弓小，动起来！标定线十字弓小。工程 K， 我现在服从命令。 一切公平 K， 工程 K，
Wow, it's very nice.
这就去。
建造别致的建筑。
陈梅，
大家注意，
一切准备就绪，所有人准备出马。
大家听好，马上就建造它。
兄弟们，有指令流。该死的，他们在攻击。
开干活了。
Hello, let me select my villager here, please. Thank you.
听候指令，所有人准备出发。
Yeah, and maybe look towards an age up here soon now at some point in time.
需要做些什么？ 该干活了。
注意留心，命令来了。
Probably time to start getting some raids on.
你一语您的指示不会的。工程是。命令做好服从准备。
Oh, he's walled that side. Okay.
我很快就能。需要做些什么？
我准备好听命行事了。 我的天哪！是，我会的。好的，需要。
大家注意，该干活了。
士兵已做好行动准备。您的奉命。我们被瞄准了。有谁有？你一语。
该干活了。
Eh?
中骑兵，我在服从你命令。大家注意，我很快就能变。士兵已做，我会执行您的命令。士兵已做好战斗准备。大家都知道了，大家都准备好了。中骑，我会听取士兵已做好行动来人。我们随时准备接受指挥。 你需要我做什么？
Actually, I'm severely lacking in the gold department right now. So that kind of was a bad idea for me to go up. He's trying to surround me there. Come on, Men-at-Arms, you got the movement speed buff now, so you're really, really quick. Let's go for this upgrade here.
赶紧下，这就是做。又是坏了人选。营地士兵已做好战斗准备。我们收到了新命令，跟上工程兵。您的意志，新命令即将下达。命令来了。平均战争正式磨损，一切状况听好了，顺从于美。荣耀和胜利在等着我们。
你需要我做什么？是，我已准备。
怎么会被攻击？会按您的指令行事。
工程批有，目标已被击毁。十字弓平均好过战队，一切现在就做。秒第一线是工程批已就绪。
士兵，
马上就绪。
攻击！
十字弓马上完成秒第一线。准备进行。
Sure what my guys are doing over there.
工程批已就绪，让他实行并一切状况良好。工程批准首发，工程批一切保证完成指令，马上完成任务。
我们随收到指令。
十字弓手起来，十字。
Why am I sending villagers over there? Makes no sense. What the fuck? Why do I keep... Why do I...
工程批，工程批秒敌，平衡弹射击，工程批，工程批。
荣耀和胜利在等着我们，兄弟们！
一切正命令是需要。
There we go.
我已准备。
Like, I don't even have, like, waypoints. I don't even have waypoints over there. Why do I have villagers that keep going over there?
工程批已就绪，攻一切状况良好，让他们感受我十字弓已就绪。
营地士兵已做好战斗准备。
Now he's just dead.
很好地完成了一。
技艺高超，不容安全。
I've sent them over here. That's where the waypoint was going.
我们要收到大家提油。
工程批准备好了，跟着工
Okay.
程批前进，跟着工程批前进。十字弓
攻击没有宽恕可给。
总体来讲，
要和
十字弓服从您的命令。秒击停动游手们，不要发牢骚。
Add this upgrade here ASAP.
是正在摆平。大家听好，命令即将下达，攻一切状况。工程批，十字弓已就绪。
士兵准备履行职责。
十字弓手准备好武器。总体来加快一切手发的秒敌工程批已就绪，我们要行动了，一切重
我们随时准备。
工程批准备好了，十字弓手准备好武器，工程批已就绪，你的命令，工程批一切重
让我们
工程批已就绪，
要勇敢出发。
工程批准备好了，十字弓已准备就绪，让十字弓。
There's no believing anymore. He's dead. GG. GGG. Alright, nice one. Perfect timing as well. It's 11 PM. Time for sleep. Where am I gonna send you guys off to? Who's streaming right now? Who's active? We got Anatant. Anatan's live. Alright. Let's see if he's live gaming. He do be live gaming from the looks of it. Badge, exactly. Exactly. So I'm gonna send you guys over to Anatant. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, feel free to leave a follow. I'm gonna try streaming a little bit more in the coming days, now that I've completely set up at my grandma's place. So, yeah. Hope to see you guys then. Have a good night.